Welcome back, YouTube. My name is Tayvikes28, and I'm back once again here on Madden 20, bringing you guys, that's right, the Toronto Huskies franchise live once again, and we are looking at week number 13. Now, last time we played our week 12 game against the Indianapolis Colts, and what a game it was. If you guys have not checked it out, definitely go do so, because it was a barn burner. But before we get into things here, I gotta check my audio, make sure it sounds all good for you guys, because I've changed it up a little bit. So if it sounds a little different, that might be why. All right, it actually sounds pretty good. Still gotta change one more thing though to make sure it all sounds all right for you guys. But anyways, without further ado here, let's explain how this has been going. So as you guys see here, the Toronto Huskies, if you missed a few episodes, you're going to want to definitely go check those out, see what you guys missed. But in the meantime here, we're going to give you a rundown. We are sitting at 3-8 through 12 weeks of the season. Obviously, we had our bye week in there as well. And for those that are new here, what exactly is the Toronto Huskies franchise? Well, it's a franchise where we do not play the games. What I mean by that is it's a team building exercise. Both you guys and myself are going through and making decisions for this team. Making decisions for this team based on All right, does that sound a little bit better now? Sorry about the audio problems here. All right, does that sound a little bit better now? Sorry about the audio problems here. All right, anyways, had to change my audio preferences here for the stream. I apologize for that. I realized I was going through the wrong mic. Anyways, so back to what I was saying, the Toronto Huskies franchise, like I said, it was a team building exercise, so we don't play the games. What I mean by that is you still see every snap of every single game getting played. However, I am not playing it. I'm not controlling the outcome of this stuff. It is essentially us building the team like we're a GM or a head coach and going out there and putting a product on the field and then letting that product do its job. So this is a very fun exercise. It's going to be a big test. Unlike most franchises you might see on YouTube, this is not one where we can control the outcome. This is one where it is really up to these players to whether or not we succeed at our jobs and winning a Super Bowl championship. But we started from essentially the very bottom of the ground here because there was nothing on this team. It was a complete tear down. The Jacksonville Jaguars owner left. He didn't want to be a part of the NFL anymore, so he sold the rights to Ryan Fitzpatrick, aka Fitzmagic, and he moved them to Toronto, played quarterback for him for the first season, and then went ahead and retired to become the full-time owner. And at this point in time, this Toronto Huskies team is 2 years removed from the inception, and so now they are starting to finally find some footing here with a lot of young players and a lot of growing pieces here on this team. Now, real quick run through this team so you guys can see the roster while I finish talking about this. And we've got, obviously, the 49ers up this week, and that's a big game here because the 49ers earlier in the season were the best team in football, hands down, at one point this season. They were one of the only undefeated teams left, and they were at the top of the rankings for the NFL for quite some time. And then all of a sudden, they started having a couple of mishaps. They ended up falling down the rankings a little bit. At one point, I think they were either 7-0 or 7-1, something like that. And now, as you see, I believe they're 7-4, so they've lost a few games in a row. Now the question is, can your Toronto Huskies take advantage of that and get in there and try and capitalize with a win? Because they desperately need it. Essentially, the Huskies don't have a chance at making the playoffs at this point in the season. still say this is a great stepping stone of a season from where we were last year. We were lucky to get any wins. We had a chance to win that game last week in a massive shootout, 45-38, as you see at the top. The biggest scoring output from this offense ever in Toronto Huskies franchise. It is a huge upgrade from what we've seen over the last season and a half. So great stepping point to launch us towards the future here. And let's see if we can build upon that here against the San Francisco 49ers. The 7-4 49ers, and as you see, we are nowhere near the top of our division. So we are essentially out of the playoffs, and we're looking towards next season and playing a little bit of spoiler down the stretch here. So let's jump into this thing and see if we can't get things rolling here with the Toronto Huskies once again going to the West Coast and traveling to the Bay here and seeing if they can get a win against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I did forget to show you guys the 49ers team, so I might go ahead and do that real quick in the depth chart for you guys. But as you see here, we're getting into this game. The 49ers, they're playing host this time to your Toronto Huskies, who have had a pretty good stretch of home games there, which we haven't seen very often. And now it seems like we're starting back on the away trip here. Those are not your commentators. My name is Tayvikes28, and I will be your commentator for this game. But before we get into things, before we start this game, let's get a good look at what our opponent looks like here. So let's real quick check out the depth chart for the 49ers, and they still do have Jimmy Garoppolo as their quarterback. And they've got Matt Breida right now as their number one running back with Jamal Williams, who is also going to be in there, former Packer and I believe Lion at that point in time. Kyle Juszczyk, obviously still the best fullback in the league. And then at wide receiver, you got Deebo Samuel, Dante Pettis, Kendrick Bourne. So they have a trio of pretty good receivers there that they'll be able to utilize against this Toronto Huskies team. And the big playmaker on offense. Offensive line is not quite up to shape, or up to par, I should say. So that's going to be something that we keep an eye on here. Mike McGlinchey, though, at right tackle is a good piece. Eric Armstead and Dee Ford there, as well as Nick Bosa. So that edge rush is going to be a problem. Although in the middle, they aren't quite as strong. They do have Quan Alexander at the linebacking core, as well as Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. So they've got a pretty good linebacking core to deal with. They've got the number one corner with Richard Sherman. However, behind him it is pretty weak. And then at safety, they still have Jimmy Ward as well as Jaquiski Tart. So that's going to be a pretty ferocious defense, especially the front seven for this 49ers squad. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see how this essentially ends up playing out for your Toronto Huskies, because right now they are looking to be trying to play a little bit of spoiler, because if they can beat the Niners and keep that losing streak going, then maybe the Niners fall much further down the rankings than they once were. And we're going to start this game off with a kick return here from your Toronto Huskies, getting out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. And as you see, Trevor Nickerson, the young quarterback who is struggling in terms of the numbers if you look at it this way. However, if you actually watch the games, he's played a lot better than those numbers suggest. But hopefully the numbers can kind of turn themselves around. He had a great game last week. No interceptions, a ton of yards, a couple of touchdowns. And here on first down, Nickerson's going to fake the throw and end up getting sacked by Eric Armstead, who breaks through that line pretty quickly in the middle there and is able to get to him and force a sack there on the first play of the game. And that's a 7-yard loss for the Toronto Huskies. And as you see, Nickerson, he was trying to get that out there to the running back there, but right as he saw him, he got hit by Eric Armstead, and there was really not much time at all for Nickerson to get that ball off. So they need to figure out a way to negate this pass rush, as I think it's going to be a problem in this game. So now 2nd and 17, Nickerson's going to drop back on this one, and he's under pressure again and trying to roll out and getting sacked again. That is Nick Bosa this time, and that is going to be an 11-yard loss. And all of a sudden, this San Francisco defense already has Toronto on its heels right now, as it's going to be 3rd and 28 to start this game off for the Toronto Huskies. Not a great situation here, as the young rookie quarterback is struggling right now against this ferocious pass rush that the Niners bring to the table. So now, 3rd and 28 at the 11, and having a little bit more time, gets the ball off this time, and it's going to be complete, going outside. That's good enough for a first down on 3rd and 28. They get 31. That is Keontae Bonds. And still, despite the great play there from Toronto, Trevor Nickerson still got hit. As you see there, he was able to get the ball off and complete the pass, but he was still getting hit on that play. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on here. As you see, like I said, the corners outside of Richard Sherman might be a point of weakness in this defense. So maybe we can utilize that to our advantage here. As Toronto, again, under pressure is Nickerson, gets the ball off, completes the pass. I believe that was Aaron Jones coming out of the backfield, and you guys know this Toronto offense quite well. Very young offensive line, some pretty young playmakers, couple veterans there with Aaron Jones and company. And then the rookie quarterback, Trevor Nickerson, of course. So now it is 2nd and 7, empty backfield, and under pressure again, going down. This time, Nick Bosa untouched. I don't know how you can let that happen. Probably the best playmaker on this defense, and you just let him come through untouched. I don't know what you're thinking there, as it looks like they sent a little bit of more than 3 minutes into this game, and it's going to be a fake to the running back, and picking up the blitz the running back does, but unable to complete that pass. That's Nickerson's first incompletion on the day, and it was a pretty dangerous pass to boot. So now it is 4th and 14 at the 38-yard line. So what that means here is a big punt, some wind out there in San Francisco today, as that one goes through the back of the end zone. So it's going to set up a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. As you see, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's never been one to put up necessarily, but he does the job. He doesn't necessarily get asked to do much, and so he's able to do enough to suffice. And that seems to be the case here this season. 17 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. And here on first down, Jimmy G is going to just drop this one off to the running back and actually lose yardage on that first down play. Good awareness there by the defense to come up and make the tackle very quickly on Matt Breida, who made the reception there. So now it is 2nd and 12. And this Toronto defense starts off pretty good. And as you guys know, this Toronto defense is full of young playmaking options, especially up front. And you have a couple of veterans on each section of this defense here. As up front, you got Ryan Kerrigan. And speaking of, that is another big playmaker up front, and that is Floyd Ellis, the star defensive tackle. And let's take a look at this Niners team. As I showed you guys earlier, we've got a lot of 49ers who have been here for a few seasons. And this is hopefully going to be a 3rd down stop here. 3 and out. Is this going to go out to the outside? And that is complete. Jimmy G, 2 for 2 on the day and a first down, as Debo gets that one on the sideline, getting his feet down. And that's going to mark a first down for San Francisco at the 36-yard line. As I believe that may have been either Jaquil Easter or Marshawn Lattimore in coverage. I couldn't quite tell there. Couldn't see the number, but now we start off on first down. It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. That's 11 yards to Matt Breida there. And just like that, this Toronto defense is starting to get gashed. All right, 1st and 10 now at the 47-yard line, and Garoppolo takes the snap, moving around in the pocket, throws a quick one to the left-hand side. That is complete, getting out past the 50. That's Kyle Juszczyk in the flat. As you see this defense, like I mentioned, they have some veterans like Ryan Kerrigan, Demario Davis, and then on the back end they have guys like Big Play Slay and Marshawn Lattimore. A couple of veterans on each level of this defense to give this young defense some veteran leadership. So now it's 2nd and 6, and dropping back, and a quick throw here is going to go to, I believe that might be, I don't know if that's Ross Dwelly. It was not Ross Dwelly, but that's still going to be a reception for about 5 or 6. And a 3rd down carry here, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down from Jamal Williams, the power back for this offense. And all of a sudden, this Toronto defense is starting to bend. So now 5 minutes to go in this 1st quarter, and this Toronto defense seems like they are going to be struggling a little bit from this Niners offense, because now the Niners may not have necessarily these massive plays, but they know how to put together these long drives that wear down a defense. And we're going to start off on 1st and 10 as Garoppolo has 3 receivers on the right-hand side, but throws to the left, finds an open man downfield, and breaking tackles, getting some speed down the sideline, and that is Dante Pettis, who gets hurt at the end of that play, but sets up a 1st and goal down to the 5-yard line, and San Francisco gets 34. As you see there, he's grabbing his wrist, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Looks like he's headed to the locker room. We'll keep you updated as to whether or not he comes back into this one. So now it is 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Garoppolo hands this one off, and that's going to be down to the 1. Interesting call there by the refs. It looks like it was a touchdown. Maybe Toronto has a chance here to have a goal line stand. About as close as you can get without getting into the end zone here on 2nd and goal. And Garoppolo's going to elect to pass, and he's under pressure and off the edge. That is going to be Quincy Williams with the sack, as we haven't heard much from him in recent weeks, and it's nice to see him get back in that sack column. As you see there, coming off the edge, making something happen. And Garoppolo never saw him, even though he wasn't even coming off of his blind side. So now it is 3rd and goal at the 7-yard line. Under center is Garoppolo. And he's going to drop back here. Quick throw over to the left-hand side. Completes it, but this defense swarms to the ball, making it 4th and goal at the 5-yard line, and a goal line stand here for Toronto. And I'm expecting a kick here from the San Francisco offense, which means they would have a 3-point lead at the end of this. And I believe that might have been Kendrick Bourne with the reception on that play. All right, that's going to be a field goal for San Francisco, putting about 3-0 first points on the board, going to the home team. So now Toronto's offense is going to need to step their game up here, figure out a way to get the football moving down the field. As we start this one off with a good return here out past the 30 from Eric Davis. That's going to go down to the 33-yard line. Good starting field position here for Toronto, as Nickerson seems like he's got a plan here. Hopefully they're able to execute it, as the plan for the defense last time went quite well for the San Francisco 49ers. So we'll have to see if this Toronto offense can get in a couple of punches here, as we have a 1st and 10 at the 33 with Nickerson under center here. And he's going to hand this one off to the running back. That is Aaron Jones getting outside and cutting it upfield. That's going to be down at the 39-yard line, a gain of 6 yards. As you see, Aaron Jones had one heck of a game last week. 164 yards, found the end zone, and the man just could not be stopped last week. So now it is 2nd and 4 here, back under center, but a bunch set to the right-hand side, and they do go to the running back as that's Aaron Jones with some room getting out past the 50, and he's carrying the 49ers into plus territory down at the 46-yard line. That's going to be a nice first down for Toronto, and they are finally getting this football moving. Maybe that's what they needed to do, is utilize this running attack. As you see, lots of room there up front. Helped this this running game get going here with Aaron Jones finding some openings. And back under center here on 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line, and going back to the running game again, and Aaron Jones trying to make something happen as he's getting pushed backwards, though, and getting tackled for a 4-yard loss. That is Quan Alexander getting in there, shooting the gaps and finding the opening to get to Aaron Jones. Now 2nd and 14 at midfield. A couple of receivers here, split out wide. And it's going to be a fake to the left-hand side, and then a throw down the field, and that is going to be one-on-one coverage, but unable to make the play this time is CeeDee Lamb. And taking a look at this defense, as you guys know, this pass rush is quite ferocious, and they have a slew of good linebackers. Good tackling linebackers as well. It seems like the weakness is actually in the secondary for this defense, and hopefully Toronto can take advantage here on 3rd and 14 with a couple of receivers to the right-hand side as Nickerson is under pressure, and down he goes at the 43-yard line. Another sack here for this 49ers defense. That's 4 on the day, and it's not even the second quarter. At this pace, the 49ers are going to have over 12 sacks in this game unless this Toronto offense can figure something out. As you see, Nickerson saw it coming from the very beginning, tried to make something happen, but just didn't have the time to do so. And as we see here, a very dangerous punt as Toronto is able to get this one off and going through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now San Francisco setting up for a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Alright, under center is Jimmy Garoppolo here. Bunch set to the right-hand side, and a quick throw to the left, though, and that's going to be complete for a first down and more. I believe that is Deebo Samuel getting out to the 36-yard line, and they are starting off hot here on this San Francisco drive, as that's going to get out their first down, as it seems like they don't struggle to find those first downs against this defense. Alright, now it's 1st and 10 here. 3 receivers to the right-hand side, and it's going to be a handoff, though, to Matt Breida, and he is making people miss, showing off the elusiveness there as he gets a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to wind down to the end of that first quarter. So starting up the second quarter, the score is 3-0 San Francisco, as they also have the football. A chance to break this lead wide open here. So a couple of big bodies here on the football field, and it is going to be a handoff to the running back as he gets stuffed, though. Gain of maybe 1 or 2 there from Matt Breida. So now it is 3rd. They need to figure out a way to get a little bit of extra pressure on him and kind of force some mistakes from this offense. So now they're going to turn around, hand this one off. Breida outside trying to get to the edge, unable to do so, as I believe that is. And I've been very impressed with what Adarius Evans has done here as a rookie. He's showing what side and throw it, and that's going to be a completion to the tight end, George Kittle. First time today calling his name, and that is going to be a big play, though. 16 yards and a first down, and also setting San Francisco up in field goal range. First and 10 here at the 32. It's going to be a quick throw, trying to set up a bubble screen outside, unable to get anything going, as that might actually be considered incomplete. First incompletion on the day for Jimmy Garoppolo. So now second and 10, 3 receivers to the left-hand side, drops back, finds a man open over the middle. That's Deebo Samuel with the reception to the 23, close to first down yardage, but not quite there. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here at the 23. So now putting a man in motion on 3rd and 1 from right to left, and this going to the running back up the middle. That is going to be close to first down yardage, and they're going to give it to him. That is Matt Breida with the carry for first down yardage as they're about to get into the red zone here. As you see Logan Wilson filling in that gap, trying to get to the running back, but was unable to do so before he got to that first down marker. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line now. And turning back around to the running game once again, as that's going to be a face mask. Flag is down, and they do in fact call the face mask here. So that should be about half the distance to the goal, putting him up at the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. Toronto's defense is again with their backs up against the wall. Just about 7 minutes to go in this first half. It's now in I formation here on first down, and it's going to be a quick throw outside, trying to set up a screen as breaking tackles, but actually going backwards is Deebo Samuel. They're going to count that as a 4-yard loss, setting up a 2nd and 14. All right, now it's 2nd and 14, back under center, and it looks like they're changing the play call here, and it's going to be a handoff here. Trying to get outside is Matt Breida as he gets inside the 10 down to the 9, setting up a 3rd and 9 here. Bunch set to the left-hand side. In the gun is Garoppolo as he's going to take this snap and examine the field. Throw over the middle to the back of the end zone, actually, and that is going to be incomplete. The intended target stepped out the back of the end zone just before the ball got there, as I believe that might have been George Kittle. So now it is 4th and 9. Another field goal attempt here from San Francisco, and another 3 points on the board, as that is Michael Badgley with the kick. So Toronto right now, another good defensive stand there with their backs against the wall. So now they are down 6-0. San Francisco's kicking this one back off to Toronto, but if they can get a drive together here, all of a sudden all this has been forgotten, and they will have the lead if they can find the end zone. So Trevor Nickerson brings his offense back out here as he has been under fire today. 4 sacks already, and hopefully they are going to be able to change some things here and get him a little bit more protection, or at least attack this defense down the football field. That seems to be their weakness. They're going to start off in the gun as Nickerson drops back, has some time this time, completes it over there to the 39, almost the 40, as that's going to be a 5-yard pickup there on first down. So now it is 2nd and 5, bunch set to the right-hand side, as Nickerson's going to be under pressure, but gets this one off, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Gain of 6 yards there. So now back under center once again is Nickerson, as he's going to drop back and throw quickly out there to the flat. That's completed out to about the 50-yard line, as I believe that is the tight end with the reception there, Jonnu Smith. So now back in the gun, but going to the running game here as they're trying to get Aaron Jones going as he gets out there past the 50 to the 49, gain of about 1. Fred Warner makes the tackle, though. So it's 3rd and 5 here, empty backfield. Nickerson drops back here, has some time, finds a man over the left-hand side. That is complete out to the 32-yard line. That is CeeDee Lamb, his first reception on the day, if I'm not mistaken. And that just sets them up close to field goal range, if not already into field goal range. That's 17 yards to CeeDee Lamb when they need it most. Now 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. In the gun is Nickerson as he drops back and he throws quick over there to the left-hand side. That is going to be intercepted off the tip as Aaron Jones had to go up for that one as it was floated by Nickerson, who was under pressure. And getting hit in the air was Aaron Jones, as you see right here. And when he did that, I believe that was Fred Warner, I think, who came, no, that was, Quan Alexander, who came away with the interception. Just right place, right time. And it's situations like that where the stats look really bad for Nickerson, when in reality, that play was not necessarily his fault, but it still counts against him in the score sheet. So now back under center, and this Niners offense is back out there. And they're going to start off with a handoff here to Matt Breida, who again gets taken down by the face mask as the flag does get called. That's going to be a gain of 15 yards. It's now already almost at midfield is San Francisco as they start this one off. 1st and 10 in the gun here. And they're going to drop back and a quick throw to the right-hand side. That is complete, but having not much room to go there is a gain of about 4. It's now back under center in I formation now, 2nd and 6. Garoppolo's going to hand this one off to the running back, who gets stuffed immediately at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Floyd Ellis with the tackle. So now it's 3rd and 7. Empty backfield. Garoppolo drops back. Quick throw to the left-hand side. That's complete. Down the sideline. That's Deebo Samuel putting on the Jets, and he is gone. 52-yard touchdown. San Francisco finally finds the end zone, and that is going to break this game wide open here. Pending the extra point, it'll be a 13-point lead for San Francisco as your Toronto Huskies are starting to struggle. As you see, it looks like they put a little bit of press defense up, and then where Deebo is able to beat his man at the point of release, and then there was no catching him after that. So the turnover leads to points here for San Francisco. And there's the extra point as it is good, setting them up with a 13-0 lead. Just over 2 minutes to go in this first half as Toronto's going to be getting this one back. They're going to have to set up a 2-minute drive here to get any points before halftime, as they need something on the board, get a little bit of momentum, as right now San Francisco has all of it. As you see, Aaron Jones hasn't had much work here in this one, only 4 carries on the day, a couple of receptions. It's been all Trevor Nickerson as he's once again in the gun here. 3 receivers to the right-hand side as he drops back and steps up in the pocket, throwing this one deep over the left-hand side, and that is going to be incomplete. That was one-on-one deep downfield, but unable to get the positioning was the receiver. And back under center here is Nickerson, turns to the running back, hands this one off, and that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. gain of a couple there. So now it is 3rd and 8. In the gun here is Nickerson, as he's going to drop back, throw quick to the flat. That's complete, but nowhere to go. Maybe even losing a yard on that play, and that is going to be a timeout called by San Francisco, as they're going to try and put some more points on the board before this half is over. And a booming punt here, though, getting out to the 24-yard line. So now San Francisco has a chance here to put some points up, as Jimmy G having a pretty efficient day here. Only 2 incompletions, no interceptions. It's now 1st and 10 as Garoppolo drops back. A quick throw to the right-hand side. That's complete. That is George Kittle getting out close to first down yardage. We're going to mark him a yard short, making it 2nd and 1. Minute 24 to go. And it's going to be a handoff here up the middle and making people miss. That is Matt Breida getting out to the 41-yard line. So just over a minute to go here in this one. And they elect to go ahead and take a timeout. Looks like they didn't like the look on the field right here, so they're going to talk things over with the second timeout. They got 1 left and a minute and 1 to go on the clock. As Garoppolo drops back and throws over to that right-hand side, that is complete. George Kittle goes up and gets it, but he is called down at the 48-yard line, making a 2nd and 3 here. And a quick throw again to the right-hand side. This one's complete, as that I believe is Kendrick Bourne with the reception. 16 seconds to go. Clock is running 11-10 as Garoppolo stands in the pocket, delivers to the sideline. That is out of bounds, though. So 8 seconds to go here. 2nd and 10, 43-yard line. They need a few more yards to try and a field goal here. And it's going to be a handoff to Matt Breida getting outside, and that might be good enough for a field goal attempt, as they do get the timeout in before the end of the half. So it is going to be a pretty deep field goal attempt here at the 38-yard line. The wind is in their favor, though, and that is going to be no good. Looks like it was wide left. They had the distance, though. So that means it's going to be a 13-0 lead for San Francisco heading into halftime. Still a 2-score game. But let's take a look around the league, see what is going on as we start things off here in Kansas City with Houston coming to town, as Houston finally finds a win here. Leading the team is Deshaun Watson with 250 passing yards, as the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes now have been struggling mightily. And down in Tampa Bay, Minnesota comes to town, and Kirk Cousins is able to lead this Vikings team to a win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Pretty surprising victory there, as the Vikings are struggling this season, 4-7. And a divisional bout here between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts, and a huge day from Ryan Tannehill, but those 2 interceptions are going to be just too much, as the Colts win another shootout 2 weeks in a row, and it seems like they will be taking this division after that win. As you see some highlights here from the first half, as Deebo Samuel finds his way to the end zone, and this 49ers offense has been very efficient on the day. And we're going to start this second half off with a kickoff to the 49ers, as they go ahead and take this one for a kneel down, setting up a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. All right, 1st and 10 here. Garoppolo's going to take the snap, fake to the running back, as he's going to throw this one deep to the right-hand side. That is complete on the sideline. Gain of about 21 yards on this first play coming out of halftime. That is George Kittle who didn't get much work in the first half, had a couple of receptions, but starts off pretty hot here in the second. Very nice throw from Jimmy Garoppolo. Perfect awareness there by George Kittle to get his feet in bounds. As you see, Nickerson a little upset on the sideline there. But it is 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line in I formation. Handing off to the running back and getting outside is Matt Breida trying to make something happen. Gets out to the 46-yard line, a gain of about 9. So now back under center on 2nd and 2, or just 2nd and 1, excuse me. And it's going to be another carry outside, and this is Matt Breida getting the yardage that he needed there. Only needed 1, got a couple extra there. So now it's 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line, and faking to the running back this time is Jimmy G. Throws over the middle. That is complete, and getting out past the 25 to the 23. I believe that is Kendrick Bourne with his 3rd reception on the day. That one goes for a 1st down, though, and nearing the red zone already is the San Francisco offense, who seems to have come out in this second half with a little bit of a purpose here on offense. It's now 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line as Jimmy G drops back, throws quick to the flat there. That's going to be complete, and trying to carry defenders is Matt Breida out to the 19. Gain of 4 yards there on that 1st down reception. It's now 2nd and 6. As they're going to put a man in motion left to right, that is George Kittle. And they're going to go to the running back up the middle. That is a gain of about 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken, from Jamal Williams. It's now setting up a 3rd and 2. Under center, putting Kittle in motion again, this time right to left, as it's going to be a handoff to the running back, getting outside, good enough for a 1st down. Getting to the 11-yard line is Jamal Williams once again. They're trying to use the power back here, getting closer and closer to the end zone. So now here at the 11-yard line, last time they were here, they were unable to punch it into the end zone. Now empty backfield here on 1st and 10. Garoppolo takes the quick snap, throws out to the flat. That is caught by George Kittle. Gain of about 2 or 3. Setting up a 2nd and 8 here at the 9-yard line. A couple receivers to the right-hand side. Garoppolo drops back, and he's under pressure, and he's going to go down. That is Floyd Ellis, the defensive tackle, with his 10th sack this season, as he has been getting after quarterbacks all season long, and he is going to continue that trend here with Jimmy Garoppolo being the newest victim on his list. It's now 3rd and 16 here. Empty backfield for Garoppolo as he drops back. Quick throw over the middle. That is caught, but downed at the 8-yard line. And that's going to be another stop here by this defense. 4th and 7 here at the 8-yard line. Another field goal attempt most likely upcoming. As I hope you guys have Michael Badgley in your fantasy lineups, because he has been getting a lot of work today. His 3rd field goal on the day and his 3rd attempt completed here, as he's 3 for 3 on the day. So now about 5.5 to go here in this 3rd quarter. A little bit past that. And a good return here out past the 25 to the 28-yard line by Davis. All right, now it's time for this Toronto offense to get something going right here, as they only have about 55 yards on the day. And they're going to start off with a man in motion from left to right, as it's going to be a quick throw here from Trevor Nickerson, as it looks like it might have been a little bit of a miscommunication there on the outside, as I think Nickerson thought his receiver would be coming back to the ball there. So now they're going to go with a handoff here, trying to get outside is Aaron Jones, as he is unable to do so. Actually getting a loss there. Fred Warner coming up to make the tackle. So now it is 3rd and 11 at the 27-yard line. This Toronto team desperately needs some sort of first down here. As they're going to spread it out wide here, empty backfield on 3rd and 11. Nickerson drops back in under pressure, but quick throw outside, and that is going to be broken up by the defense. Looks like he had CeeDee Lamb there for a split second, but great closing speed there by the 49ers defense, able to get in there and get hands on the football there. So that means it's going to be a 3 and out for this Toronto offense. As Matt Hack, another punt on this day, as this one's going to go out of bounds at the 24-yard line. It's now 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Under center is Jimmy G. And he's going to put the tight end in motion. And going to the running back and breaking tackles is Jamal Williams, getting out past, or excuse me, that is Matt Breida, getting out past the 30 or to the 35. And that's going to be a first down for this 49ers offense, as they're just going to continue to eat up clock here with this running attack. It's now 1st and 10, inside 5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. As it's going to be another handoff here, as this one has a lot less room to go, as that's going to be a 3, maybe 2 or 3 yard carry there by Matt Breida on first down. Setting up a 2nd and 8 here. As it's going to be a, oh wow, interesting play call here, as it is picked up by the defense, a fumble by Jimmy Garoppolo, as they go with a read option, and Jimmy G keeps the ball, and he ends up fumbling it, picked up by, I believe, Logan Wilson. As that is a Darius Evans with the forced fumble, and Logan Wilson with the recovery there, as he gets some yardage after he was able to pick that ball up. As there it is, Jimmy G, his knees were up, and that ball is out. Turnover here, forced by Toronto. Maybe there's still life in this team after all. It's now at the 20-yard line, already in scoring range here is Toronto. They're going to start off in the I formation. Running this one outside is Aaron Jones, getting into the outside, into the 10, down to the 5, as that is going to be a 1st and goal. Eventually getting pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard lines is Aaron Jones. A really nice carry there. Good blocking up front to seal the edge. It's now 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Under the center is Trevor Nickerson, as he's going to go with the running game once again. That is Aaron Jones getting outside and getting to the end zone. Touchdown, Toronto, as that is his first touchdown, first points of the day for Toronto. And that is thanks to the defense, who was able to set them up with great field position and finding their way into the end zone for a touchdown, closing the gap here, as it is now 6-16, as it looks like they're going for 2. Trying to keep it a 1-score game here, as it's going to be a good 2-point conversion. Aaron Jones pushing his way into the end zone. That means the score is 8-16. Still a 1-score game here for Toronto. So maybe there is still life in this team after all. There is an opportunity here for Toronto to still win this game. As it looks like that's going to be a... What is going on? I don't know what that was. I'm at a loss for words. I don't think I've ever seen that. The return man bobbles the ball and then falls forward out of the end zone and ends up having to get back up and try and run that one out, getting only to the 8-yard line. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 8, as they're going to start this one off with a fake to the running back and throwing this one out to the left-hand side. That is complete to the, I believe, the 26-yard line. That is George Kittle, who, like I said, has been a little bit of a problem here in the second half. 73 yards on the day, his 6th catch. And once again, utilizing the sideline to perfection. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line, just like nothing happened there on that return. So now under center is Garoppolo. He hands it off to Matt Breida, and he tries to get outside, getting about a yard on that carry, setting up a 2nd and 9 here. In the gun is Garoppolo, 2 receivers to the right-hand side, 2 to the left, as he's going to drop back here and under pressure, and that's going to be a quick throw, though, to the receiver, and that is complete at the 39-yard line. Back under center is Garoppolo. He pump fakes it to the outside, goes to the running back instead here, getting a carry of about 2 yards on 1st down. So now it is 2nd and 8. Back in the gun is Garoppolo as he drops back here and throws a quick one to the right-hand side. That is intercepted by the defense and returning it out past the 50 to the 48-yard line. Marshawn Lattimore read that like a book as he jumps in front of that pass, gets his hands on it, and does not let go. So now, all of a sudden, Toronto's defense has come up big. 2 straight drives in a row here. As you see, it looks like Marshawn Lattimore ran that route better than Deebo Samuel. So as you see, Aaron Jones, 750 yards on the season. He's having a pretty decent season for Toronto. And they're going to start this one off at the 48-yard line in plus territory, and it's going to be a handoff to Aaron Jones, who breaks a tackle, making people miss, getting out to the 44-yard line. That was a pretty impressive run for only 4 yards. So now it is 2nd and 6 here. Back under center is Trevor Nickerson. A couple of receivers to the right-hand side, and he is under pressure, though, and that is going to be another sack, this time for D. Ford, who has 2 on the day now, and the 5th sack on the day, but the 1st sack in the second half here. So they've actually been able to protect Trevor Nickerson pretty well here in the second half, as that was only the 1st sack since really the 1st quarter, if I'm not mistaken. But that does set up a 3rd down here, as it's going to be 3rd and 12. Nickerson will start off in the gun, 3 receivers to the right-hand side, as he's going to drop back under pressure, and again he goes down. That is 2 sacks in a row for D. Ford, and that's going to be a punt forced by this San Francisco defense. 4th and 22 here. As you see, Nickerson already knew he was under pressure, but no one was open downfield, and even if they were, there was no time for Nickerson to get rid of that football. As you see, this defense starting to feel a little bit degraded here, as that's been 2 great plays here for this Toronto defense, but the offense unable to make something happen, and this is going to be a blocked punt, as the punter is able to get back there to recover it, but that's going to set up San Francisco now with great field position at the end of the 3rd quarter with an 8-point lead, and in field goal range already is San Francisco thanks to the blocked punt there, as that's going to be, I think, 2 muffed punts there, or excuse me, bobbled punts there by the punter. It looks like it was just a pretty tough day out there in San Francisco. in terms of special teams today from both sides. And they're going to start off here with a handoff, as that is Matt Breida getting a first down and more there. And that's also going to put them in the red zone. As you see Nickerson on the sideline, a little upset that he couldn't get something going on in that last drive. So now it's going to go back to Matt Breida here, getting out there inside the 10, down to the 8, as that's going to be a good run there on first down. It's now 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line. Under center is Jimmy G, as he's going to hand this one off to the running back again, getting inside the 5, down to the 3. Can this Toronto defense again make a goal line stand? A lot has been asked of them in this game, and up to this point they have stepped up for the most part. So now here on first down, and they are storming to the ball here, getting him down at the 5-yard line. That is Floyd Ellis with the tackle for loss, setting up a 2nd and goal here at the 5.
Here we go.
9 minutes to go in this game. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line, putting George Kittle in motion from right to left here. And going to the running back up the middle, that is going to be shut down at the 3-yard line. Now it's 3rd and goal here. Again under center. A couple receivers, though, to the left-hand side. And it's going to be a quick throw, bobbled, and that is going to be caught for a touchdown, as that was actually tipped at the line. And somehow Kendrick Bourne is able to spot that and come back to the ball to catch it and carry a defender into the end zone. What a play there by Kendrick Bourne. What awareness to be able to get in there and make that catch. So now pending the extra point, the score is going to be 23-8. That might be too much for this Toronto team to overcome, as that's a 15-point lead here with about 8.5 to go in this game. And it's going to be a touchback here on the kickoff, so that's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for this Toronto offense, as Nickerson and company need to make something happen here. Otherwise, it might be all they wrote here in this game. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 25. 3 receivers to the right-hand side here for Nickerson, who's in the gun, as he drops back under pressure, but gets the ball off to the left-hand side, and that's looks like it was just thrown away there. So now it is 2nd and 10. Again, 3 receivers to the right-hand side, but it's empty backfield here for Nickerson as he completes this one to that right-hand side. Gain of about 6. Setting up a 3rd and 4 here, spreading it out wide. 4 receivers set here as Nickerson drops back. Quick throw over the middle. That is complete to CeeDee Lamb, who gets out to the 42-yard line, and that is a 1st down for Toronto. Some soft coverage here on the outside on this 1st down attempt, and that's going to be a completion over to the right-hand side for Nickerson. That's going to be 8 yards to the intended target. That is Keontae Bonds with the 2nd catch of the day. And now 2nd and 2 as Nickerson over the middle. That is complete. That's a 1st down and in plus territory now at the 45-yard line, as Nickerson again in the gun here as he drops back, throws over the middle, and that is complete once again out to the 37-yard line this time, They are very efficient on this drive here as Toronto, as they're spreading it out wide, 5 wide in fact. Empty backfield here as Nickerson drops back. Quick throw to the left-hand side, complete. That is CeeDee Lamb with another reception and another first down for this Toronto offense, who is now in field goal range. So now Nickerson drops back, trying to set up a screen passes. That is going to be caught by Aaron Jones and getting some blocks out front down to the 15-yard line. Another first down for this Toronto offense. They are rolling right now. 5 minutes to go in this game, and they need to find the end zone twice, though, before this game ends. So that's a lot to ask for right now. But things are looking up for this Toronto team as they have a little bit of momentum here on this drive. As you see, utilizing his blocks pretty well is Aaron Jones on that screen pass. So now it is 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Nickerson drops back, quick throw over the middle. That is complete, and breaking tackles, but not getting much there as he actually loses a yard is Jesper Horsted, the number 2 tight end there. So now it is 2nd and 11. 4.5 to go in this game. Alright, 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line in I formation. And it's going to be a sack here. What a great defensive play there for the Niners, as they had a slew of people in the backfield there. 2nd and 7 2nd and 7, excuse me. 7th sack on the day there for this San Francisco defense. As you see, Nickerson was trying to set up a play action, but he couldn't even finish his drop before he was getting hit. So now it is 3rd and 17 here at the 22-yard line. Nickerson drops back under pressure again as he goes down at the 30-yard line. That is Taven Bryan with his first sack of the day. And now all of a sudden it is 4th and 25. Inside 4 minutes to go, there's going to be a decision to be made here from Toronto. Do they take the points, or do they try and attempt a near impossible task? As they are going to attempt the task here. 4th and 25 at the 30-yard line as Nickerson drops back and he throws to the left-hand side, and that is going to be caught. No, not caught, as CeeDee Lamb gets hit while he's in the mid-air, and that is going to be incomplete. It looked like he got behind his man there. Nickerson got the ball outside, but the defender didn't give up on the play, and that ends up a turnover on downs for Toronto, and that might spell the end of this game for Toronto. As Jimmy G has played quite well today, outside of that one interception, he has had a near flawless day. So now it is once again 1st and 10 for San Francisco in I formation. Handing the football off and getting out to the 38-yard line is Jamal Williams. So now it is 2nd and 3. As they continue to run this clock down, inside 2.5 minutes to go now. As they're going to actually take a delay of game here.
Delay of game, offense.
Interesting. Looks like Jimmy G just simply lost the track of time, as that's not like him. He's really quite a good game manager, so it's not like him to not realize how much time he's got left on the clock. So now it is 2nd and 8 here. And it's going to be another handoff here outside 40, setting up a 3rd and 1 here, as that goes to the 2-minute warning. They've got 3 timeouts, Toronto does, but At 3rd and 1, they're going to need a big play from the defense as they get through, but unable to get to their running back before he gets to the first down marker. So that is going to essentially end this game for Toronto, as it's a minute 55 to go, 2 timeouts left for them, and a 15-point lead to overcome, as that is Matt Breida getting stuffed in the backfield. So now once again in I formation here. Minute 51 to go now, 1 timeout for Toronto. Another handoff up the middle and another play that goes nowhere. Maybe a gain of... Actually, that might have been a loss. As it was, it's going to be 3rd and 11 here. Back in I formation once again. And they continue to just hand this football off as the defense is able to finally make a stop here. But Matt Breida over 100 yards on the day now. Inside a minute and a half to go. Looks like that punt goes through the end zone for a touchback here. Minute 4 to go, no timeouts for Toronto. This game is all but over. However, maybe they can pad some stats here at the end of the game. Give yourselves a little bit of something to build off of for next week here, as it's going to be empty backfield here on 1st and 10 as Nickerson takes the snap. He's going to drop back and throw to that left-hand side. That is complete downfield. That is CeeDee Lamb, and what a play there. That gets them out to the 43, and now they're going to hand this one off, as that is actually Jonnu Smith with the carry, getting 12 yards there. So now it is 1st and 10, 19 seconds to go. Nickerson throws over the middle complete, as that is going to be downed at the 26, and that will end this game. But what a nice flurry there at the end from your Toronto Huskies. Unfortunately, it was too late, as that is going to end this one with a final of 23-8. As you see, San Francisco pretty much dominated this entire game. There was really no aspect in which your Toronto Huskies actually won this game. So it was a pretty long day for Toronto, and unfortunately, the 49ers just outclassed your Toronto Huskies, as it seems like they were in a totally different realm from your Huskies in terms of where they were as a team versus the Huskies here. So we're going to get a upgrade here at the end of the game, though, for Aaron Jones, as I think that I'm going to continue to upgrade his elusive abilities, getting him up to a 90 overall now. And we'll go ahead and advance this one as your Huskies fall to 3-9 at this point. And now setting up a Week 14 matchup against the Buffalo Bills, who are at 7-5. So there is a little bit of competition here to possibly play spoiler for these Buffalo Bills, as we'll be traveling to Buffalo, not too far to go from Toronto. But that'll be a good game for next week, going up against Josh Allen and company. But until then, my name is TayVikes28, and I thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day.